So how the hell did you start this?
Yeah, thanks. That's a good question. It started as just an idea. You kind of alluded to it. Um, I took a big road trip in 2020, kind of across the whole country. I was in a Ram 1500 with a camper shell that makes you kind of look like a dog catcher. My dog was with me. I was camping in the back of it. My wife met me for some of it. But I was really seeing the country by vehicle, and I was stopping by, and I loved drinking the local light beer. I grew up, my favorite beer ever was Miller Lite. I just love the ease of it, the drinkability, the crushability, because when I drink beer, I usually am drinking more than one. But then I loved the point of these local light beers because it's a lot of times it's that ease and drinkability, but there's something unique about it, and there's a talking point with the locals. And so I come back to Georgia. I kind of sit on it for a little while. I transition careers. I leave a nonprofit that I'd worked at for about 8 years in Watkinsville, Georgia, as a program director for an organization called Extra Special People. And so we serve children, adults with developmental disabilities, and that was a great, first 8 years out of college. That was a great career for me.
Well done.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well
thank
done.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
and it really, I mean, I think it really gave me a great appreciation for community and community building. Um, and so I move over to a family business. We have a 50-year-old body shop. So my grandfather kind of took our family firmly into the middle class when he started a small business in 1972. Um, and so we're on the north end of Athens, and we repair cars and we do quality work, and we have a great reputation in the neighborhood and in the community. Um, but with that, I was working with my dad and my uncle, and I had a little more leeway in my work schedule than I had before. And so that idea of this local light lager came flooding back to me. Um, and I don't have a ton of resources to make that happen. I've never brewed beer. I don't own a brewery. I don't know how to brew beer, but I know what good beer tastes like, and I know how to drink good beer. Um, and
That
so,
that sounds like as we talk to all of our entrepreneurs out there, that's the absolute recipe for failure. Okay. So I had no idea how to do it. Don't even know what I'm doing. Gonna get into it, but I don't have any resources. I have no money, but I like beer.
But
All right,
well,
continue.
but the thing he has in common with all the entrepreneurs is he's got balls.
Hell yeah. Well, we're
Yeah.
getting into that.
Yeah.
Oh,
right,
they're dropping big. I can hear them.
balls and resources. And so,
Were those the two balls
luckily,
dropping?
Two balls. Okay.
um, my college roommate, his name's Aaron Biscus. He's my partner in this. Aaron is the operating partner at Steelfire Brewing in Swanee, Georgia.
That's just up the road from us. Good.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
a. Have you been to that brewery?
I have not been to that brewery, but I've been to their they do a good job giving back to the community. I've been to one of their golf events.
No,
Well,
Yeah.
it's a great brewery. They do a good job. It's in an old fire station, and the only thing that kind of weirds me out is you park at the police station when
Yeah.
you go to the.
It makes it a little sketchy
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
are they gonna follow? Just follow me home?
well, they're definitely not taking your tag down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you're getting nailed, bro. All right. All right. So Aaron Biscus, he was your roommate in college?
Roommate in college. So he does that full time. It's a great operating brewery. It's pretty typical for what you're seeing in this region as far as craft breweries go. I mean, they have a ton of foot traffic. Their tap room crushes it in
Yes, I do.
volume of sales. You never go and it's not crowded. It's always slammed. They're huge, a part of the community. Like you said, you've been to their golf tournament. They're raising money. They're great community partners, and they're a great community establishment for the Swanee, Georgia area. So I come to him with the idea, and I said, Aaron, I love what you're doing, but I want to make a beer that has nothing to do with that, and I don't want to get into that game. I don't want to start a brewery. I want to start a beer that goes straight to distribution. Uh, and I think you have the resources to help make that happen. And originally I gave him the idea and he said, no, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't get it. I said, okay.
All right. So I don't know what I'm doing. I did this. I go to my roommate. I go to my roommate from college and I go, hey, dude, you're doing this. You're successful. I'm gonna do this. And he goes, no, it doesn't make sense. All right. Continue on, Mr. Balls.
So that doesn't do anything except for kind of light a fire under my seat. And I got to prove now. I got to prove somebody I care about. I got to prove them wrong. And this is one of the guys I golf with all the time. This is a true. I was in his wedding. We have a brotherly relationship, and so when your brother tells you can't do something, there's nothing more you want to prove wrong than him. And so I started working on the business plan, and I started working on the model of what I want it to look like, and I actually find a partner. I find a brewery that likes the idea, that wants to do it, and we start working up a contract and what it's going to look like as far as revenue sharing and things like that. And then on a whim, I take my wife to the airport one morning. Want to go to the Braves game later, so I go to Aaron's house. Both between dropping her off at the airport and going to a Braves game, and we go and grab breakfast. And I sit with them and say, "Hey, this is what I've built out so far. I just want you to know, like, I'm not gonna beat your ass in beer sales because I found a great partner. We're going to do this." And he looks it over. He says, "All right, fine, let's do it. Do it with me." And I was like, okay. I mean, I, of course, would rather work with one of my best friends than anybody. So I called the other people, let them know what I decided. They're nothing but gracious and totally understood. We hadn't, signed anything, so there's no binding contracts. They wished me luck. And so we got started. That was the spring of 2022. And so I started working with the brewmaster on the brew, started working with uh, myself, my brother, and a graphic designer on what I wanted the design to be and what I wanted it to feel like. And so we hit shelves for the first time in September of 2022. So we were able to kind of get it moving pretty fast.